So it's the 4 Points by Sheraton, Bangkok, Ploenchit. And this is great. If you want to do some partying, you're very close to the Nana area. Soy Cowboys just, I guess, 2 train stops away. It's an easy walk, maybe 1 mile, maybe less. Yet, you're far enough away where it's nice and quiet, not the chaotic thumping bass till 3, 4 in the morning, staying right in the middle of Nana. And that is the BTS station. There's Siam Pharmacy. There's also a dive shop tucked away back here. You just walk straight up this little road, and off to the left, Billy's Smokehouse. One of my favorite barbecue places in town. And I don't know anything about it. Express translation, visa service, travel insurance, right next to the pharmacy. And not exactly super affordable street food, a little higher end Madame Somtam. And I never noticed this, the Institut Español, Spanish lessons. And here's Billy's. Right across from Billy's is that dive shop, the Scuba Outlet. And right next door, La Monita Taqueria. Up on the second deck off to the left there, you'll see the Breakfast Story. Multiple locations around town. Pretty good plate of food. Yeah, it's a great little place. I'm not drinking beer right now. I've had Stone on tap in here. I don't see what's over there today. My eyes aren't that great. I see NorCal, so some different IPAs. But yeah, this is not super cheap. Like, most of the steaks are 5 and 6 baht a gram. So do the math on a 500 gram steak or bigger. They'll serve you anything you want. I see Argentinian beef and of course Australian beef on the menu. The ribs, I'm assuming they have brisket. I usually get the pulled pork, but many of the items, I don't know much about barbecue. I'm much of a grilling guy. Just throw it on there. Maybe I'll barbecue a tri-tip for low and slow, but for the most part, I'm more a griller. But many of these are smoked 24 hours, it says on the menu. I just got a half a rack in a to-go container. I probably won't finish it, and I'm gonna try the cornbread. My buddy said it was really good. So there you go, that's just a half a rack. That's some pretty meaty pork ribs and the homemade cornbread. Yeah, looking good. I'm not sure what this costed. I think it was $5.50, I think. So another great meal here at Billy's. I could not even finish that half a rack, and I knocked half of those French fried onions off the plate. I'm trying to eat a little healthier. I'm not always successful, but sometimes you just have to have a little comfort food. And that is some good stuff. There are all kinds of barbecued ribs around town, but that is a more old school. I don't know. The cornbread was definitely kind of a non-sweet, I'll call it a Texas style, but the barbecue sauce was a little sweet. So maybe it's a hybrid. Worked for me. And again, I don't know all my barbecues. I've been to Texas many times. My good buddy Gordon. We hit the barbecue place in Austin, I don't know how many times, and that's usually a dryer type barbecue. Sauce on the side if you want it, I think. I definitely need to go for a little walk. Walk this meal off. I know there's a little shortcut here, and it cuts through to those buildings. I'm not sure which it is. I know the German Deutsche Bank is in there. It's a multi-purpose office building and condos. Nothing in this area is going to be cheap. Plenty of diplomats in this area. Pinky Tailors. Doing a little construction. Okay, it's the Athena Residence and Towers, I think. The Athena Hotel. And that's Soy Ruamrudee here at the end of the Athena property. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Wireless Road. That's where you'll find the U.S. Embassy. You know what? I have about 45 minutes before I need to meet my buddy. So let's take a walk down Wireless. I'm running parallel to the BTS. It's just off my right shoulder by the barbecue shop. And this is the hotel and condo complex private street. The Athena Tower. Yeah, I think they have some beautiful homes up there. But straight ahead is Wireless Road, or Watana. And off to the left, 10-minute walk, we'll make the walk. The U.S. Embassy and all the others. And just down the way is Ploenchit Road. I've mistakenly called that Sukhumvit in the past, but Sukhumvit doesn't start till Soi 1 and 2, just on the other side of the toll road, even though this Ploenchit Road is directly connected. We're gonna go off in this direction, down Wireless Road. Back in the whatever it was, early 1920s, they had the radio tower where it got its wireless name. And directly across from the Athena, you'll see the large gate there of the U.S. Ambassador's residence. It goes down quite a ways. I don't know. I'd guess that is 10 or 15 acres of prime downtown Bangkok real estate. I'm just guessing. It appears to be about the size of Benchisiri Park over near the Emporium in my neighborhood. And I know that is 12 acres. But tucked away back there, that should be the residence. Residence of the American Ambassador. And you can see it's a fairly large compound, tucked away in the trees. And it goes back quite a ways. The embassy's just down the street. Hotel Indigo. And this is the building I was thinking of. There are many smaller embassies in here. The All Seasons Place. It's a fancy office buildings and hotels, and off in the back is the five-star hotel, the Conrad. Beautiful property. No expert on the U.S. Embassy. I know it's on both sides of the street, and here on the left side there's all kinds of construction going on. The rumor around town was a construction outfit out of Texas, I believe, was awarded the contract, and probably for security reasons they're doing most of the heavy lifting. And in between the ambassador's residence and the U.S. Embassy is the Embassy of the Netherlands. And this is the little side Soi taking you over to Soi Ruamrudee and the Conrad. 5 feet away from the Rolex dealership, some $2 amazing noodles. And there on the right side is one of the compounds for the U.S. Embassy. The other is on the left. And they do not appreciate a ton of filming. You're going to be speaking with the U.S. Marine. Here, right here, it says no filming. All right, fair enough. And if you come by early in the morning, you'll see people queuing up for different visa appointment needs. And there's a peek, some of the new construction happening at the embassy. I'm not sure if they're combining some of the other compounds. I believe there are 3. Well, if you count the ambassador's residence. So I have no idea. Just the scuttlebutt around town at, I think it was Buddy's, one of the expat bars. There were a bunch of guys hanging out in there. And I think they said they were from Texas. I bet a lot of those guys will be visiting Thailand again after spending months over here on this construction site. It's a nice place. So we're going to take a left right here on Soi Ruamrudee. It goes in an L shape, starting there at BTS Ploenchit and the new 4 Points by Sheraton. If we were to go up just right there where the light is, that is Lumpini Park. I need to make my way back over to Nana. So straight ahead is the Catholic Church. And off to the right here is the Royal Residence Park. And walking distance to the embassies. Nothing is going to be affordable in this area. That's all going to be marked up. You can find little hidden deals everywhere, but this isn't the place to look if you're trying to live on $1,000 a month in Thailand. Your rent's probably going to be twice that. What is that, the Privy Building? And again, you can see the construction happening off at the embassy. Neil's Tavern, Restaurant and Bake Shop. Nice Range Rover. There's no flags on the front of it. It is not unusual to be walking anywhere in Bangkok, and here comes the Mercedes with whatever it is, the flags of Peru or Norway. Lots of diplomats and ambassadors running around. New building going up, the Ruamrudee Hotel and Apartments. And right in the middle of some of the most expensive real estate in town, this old school wooden house. Just adds a lot of character to the city. The Ruamrudee House. When you get up to the Nana area in Sukhumvit Soi 1 and 2, it goes halfway across Thailand, Sukhumvit, it seems. But down in this area, individual street names. There's the Catholic Church. It's a beautiful church. And the church is called Holy Redeemer, and there's Redeemer Hall. You can see how close we are to Wireless Road. It's the construction on the embassy. And just over here, I see what appears to look like a mosque, so I'm assuming that's that Indonesian mosque. And don't get me wrong, expensive area or not, this is Soi Ruamrudee 5. There's some 3 and 4 story buildings down the way. Now, you're just not going to get an 8,000 baht a month apartment in this area. It might be 28,000, probably closer to 38,000. Again, I'm just making these numbers up, but you're definitely going to pay more to live walking distance to an embassy than you are 15, 20 train stops away. That's where you'll get that 8,000 baht apartment. In this area, you can easily spend 200,000 baht a month with a 12-month lease. That Conrad Hotel, it's oftentimes charging $300 or $400 a night. That being said, I had a buddy who stayed there. I was on points, but he was comparing his points usage to the cash price, and even then I think it was 175, so call it 200 bucks with fees, probably 225, VAT, tax, resort fees, on and on. And this is kind of the nondescript back entrance to the U.S. Embassy. The Preen building. It's a little after 3 o'clock. I'm meeting my buddy John over in the Nana for a little afternoon happy hour. I can walk over there 10 minutes maybe. Soi Ruamrudee 4. And across the way, the court building. Mercedes shop. And the Woo Tender, I'm assuming that's a steakhouse. At the bottom of the court. Another apartment complex. The SV Apartments. The Ruamrudee Mansion. 10 stories high. I don't see the name to this little hotel unless it's the 12 p.m. Bangkok, yeah, with the 12 p.m. wine corner. We're up to Soi Ruamrudee 3. Another small apartment building. Down Soi 3 is a nursery. And I've walked down there. I need to go meet my buddy John. I know there's 2 or 3 more buildings down that way. There's one across the street as well. Right here. Oh, I think these are the Lyon French restaurant. Les Escargots. Little fine dining here and cookies. I assume that's a bakery. Cohiba atmosphere. Now you can spend $2 on a meal or $200. That was the Ruamrudee penthouse. Kind of like the curves on that building. And I'll bet the Atis residence here is no joke price-wise. And what is that? The Sukhothai Hotel and Residence? And it's about 3:15. I need to get hustling down the street here. Off to the right, the Embassy of the Czech Republic. And that tuk-tuk just turned. That's Soi Ruamrudee 2. Conrad Ballroom on the left. My friend was stationed at the embassy, a Marine, and she told me they had the Marine Corps ball at the Conrad, the Quarter Hotel Ploenchit. And if you're unfamiliar, U.S. Marines, they hold security positions at embassies around the world. If things were to get ugly, there's always some U.S. Marines standing by to get ugly with whoever. The Noble House on Ruamrudee. That being said, my friend's job was a little bit more diplomatic. She was an officer, but she was in charge of most of this area. If a U.S. citizen got in trouble in, well, certainly in Thailand, but Cambodia, I think Vietnam, her and her small team had to go take care of the situation. Okay, this was the Bangkok, oh, what was it called? Oh, I love this hotel. I think they're turning it into condos now. Shoot, stayed there 3 or 4 times and I forget the name. See if the sign's still up. Nah, they took the sign down. Dug on it. But they are doing a nice restoration of this beautiful old hotel. I forget the name. Almost across from the Conrad. It was $60 a night, but huge rooms. And off to the left is Witches nightclub, and they have an oyster bar. Up here on the right, I'll get the name when we pass it, but it's a really nice slice of pizza, wood-fired oven. And there's also something by Dow. Sandwiches by Dow, next to Witches. You see it over here. I know her daughter is the one who started the Crazy Butter Bear. There it is, Coffee Beans by Dow. I think there are multiple locations, but that Coffee Beans, as popular as it is, the Butter Bear Bakery. The one in the Emporium with the dancing bear. That's like a huge TikTok sensation. And here's the pizza. How do you say that? Masila Italian restaurant. I've had a couple of meals in there. And we're almost up to the BTS. I'm gonna make a quick right and run down 5 minutes to Soi 4. There's more restaurants on the right here. I know there are a few vegetarian options. I'm always on the lookout for my buddy Ben, although he's probably hit every one in town. And we've almost made the circle back to the Athena Towers. 7-Eleven on the right. And this must be Soi Ruamrudee 1. There's no sign. There used to be a Mexican place on the right. I think it's turning into a tapas, Spanish tapas now. And the Touch Massage on the left. Way off in the distance, that is the Doubletree Hotel by Hilton on Sukhumvit Soi 2. And my dentist, Bangkok International Dental Hospital. I can highly recommend that outfit. They're right by the Doubletree on Soi 2. Every time I'm in there, it's full of different expats. Not that that's important, it's just a little bit fancier, I guess. There's a dentist in between every bar in Bangkok. They're everywhere. And you can literally walk in and the dentist will meet you at the counter and immediately put you in a seat. But this dental hospital, Bangkok International, it accepts many foreign insurances, and it's a little higher end. You're certainly not going to walk in there and immediately be seen. It's a little bit more of a, yeah, we'll catch you in 3 days unless it's a medical emergency. It's also a little bit more expensive, but you kind of get what you pay for. It's super professional and fancy. My dentist, I think I can't remember, she either went to college or dental school at UCLA. No, I'm good, thanks. Turned out to be a good friend of mine who, just out of coincidence, lives on my street. She'll toot the horn as she's driving by. It's a sushi place on the left. And right there where the, you can see the BTS pulling into Ploenchit station. And right where the cement mixer is turning left. That's Ploenchit Road, or Sukhumvit if you want to look at it that way. But it's officially not Sukhumvit until about 200 feet to the right in Soi 1. So there you go, we've made our way back up to the 4 points in the Ploenchit BTS. Little look around the area this afternoon. I really appreciate you watching. You have a great afternoon. I'm gonna go meet my buddy. We'll see ya.